Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about yet another quote that Bruce Arians gave on a recent episode of the Pewter Report podcast. There was loads of information in that podcast, by the way, and if you guys do want to see the full interview, I will have it linked down in the pinned comment in the comments section below, as well as Pewter Report's own website where they upload articles and many other different types of Buccaneers content. And it's actually one of those articles that we are going to be reading yet again today, written by our friend Matt Matera over at pewterreport.com, and it talks about a really interesting comparison, or a couple of comparisons, that Bruce Arians made about recent 2021 draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jaelon Darden. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Also, I made the screen a little bit bigger on the right-hand side of this. Let me know if you guys like that change or not. But reading this article, when it comes to drafting wide receivers, Bruce Arians has a type: speed. During Arians' days in Pittsburgh as an offensive coordinator for the Steelers, the Bucs head coach played a hand in selecting some of the fastest players we've seen in football. San Antonio Holmes, Emmanuel Sanders, Mike Wallace, and Antonio Brown were all impressive picks while drafting in Pittsburgh. 1000% agree with that. All four of those guys were great wide receivers wherever they have been in the entire NFL, be it Pittsburgh or somewhere else. Now fast forward to Arians' first full-time head coaching job with the Arizona Cardinals. There, Arians saw the likes of John Brown's 4.34 40-yard dash and J.J. Nelson's 4.28 speed burn up the field. You can also track Arians' infatuation with drafting speedy receivers to his current stint with the Bucs. First was 2019 6th-round pick Scotty Miller, a household name to Bucs fans following his infamous NFC Championship touchdown catch before halftime. The other is the newest addition to the Bucs' loaded wide receiver room, 2021 4th-round pick Jaelon Darden. Playing collegiately for North Texas, Darden had a nose for the end zone, scoring 19 touchdowns in 9 games, which is absolutely ridiculous and amazing, by the way. Just to point that out, good job Matt Matera there for making that point, because that's beautiful. Appearing on the Pewter Report podcast, again, I will have that link down in the comments below, Arians was asked about his propensity to take the small, speedy receiver for his offense. This is quoting Bruce Arians here. "Those guys have always been successful," Arians said. "I go back to Pittsburgh, we picked San Antonio Holmes first, we picked Emmanuel Sanders, we picked Mike Wallace in the 3rd, we got Antonio Brown in the 5th or 6th, I believe it was the 6th, guys who have had great quickness getting in and out of cuts. No wasted movement, great hands. 40 times don't have to be a 4.3, but they play really fast." And I completely agree with that. Having that first, step quickness, and just overall having that insane agility and quickness to your game, not just burning down the field speed, is very important for wide receivers, especially guys in the slot and things along those lines, even along the outside as well. And the Buccaneers have had great success, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have had great success as well, by the way. Arians went as far as to compare Darden to one of the Pro Bowl receivers that he previously coached, while explaining what he likes about his newest skill player. This is quoting Bruce Arians again. "When you look at Jalen on tape, he plays really fast," Arians said, "and he catches the ball so easily away from his body so he can play fast. He's not thinking about catching the ball. Those types of guys, Jalen reminds me a lot of Emmanuel Sanders when Emmanuel was a rookie. He's got some AB in him too. It's a nice combination to have. When you've been in it as long as I have, and you've seen the number of guys' body types and who they remind you of, man, the sky's the limit for this kid. This kid is a punt returner. He catches it easily and makes the first guy miss. It's going to be great battles for the guys we have and the guys we brought in." And then there is a link to the full interview. Again, I will have that linked in the comments section below. But you guys see the two comparisons here. Emmanuel Sanders in his rookie year, and he's got some AB in him too. Now, we all know Antonio Brown for the Pittsburgh Steelers was a very high-level returner. In fact, one of the better returners in the entire NFL earlier on in his career, for a good chunk of the first half of his career, and Jaelon Darden's already going to be used in that way. So it's nice to see that he has got a little bit of AB just as a returner and just as a wide receiver in general, to get both of these comparisons. Emmanuel Sanders, who has been in the league many, many years. He has played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Denver Broncos, the San Francisco 49ers, and the New Orleans Saints. I believe that's all the teams he's played for. He's been to Super Bowls. He's won Super Bowls. Emmanuel Sanders is a great wide receiver, one of the best slot wide receivers in the NFL, one of the top half wide receivers in the NFL, period. And then Antonio Brown, we all know when he's on and when he was in his prime, and he still kind of is in his prime a little bit, he is one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. You could make a legitimate argument that he is the top wide receiver in the NFL. So to get comparisons from a guy who coached both of those guys very, very, very closely, being the wide receivers coach there, to get comparisons to those two guys in your rookie year is huge. Huge praise for Jaelon Darden, in my opinion. And I'll even take it a step further. I've always made the comparison of Jamison Crowder with Jaelon Darden, and I still think that that comparison holds up. So add another accolade, because Jamison Crowder is a very solid slot wide receiver in his own right as well. I think he's one of the better slot wide receivers in the entire NFL, and I think that's another good comparison to make. So Jaelon Darden has had a lot of hype recently in the past couple of weeks since he's been drafted, really. Heck, even before he's been drafted. Not just for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I just remember looking at draft coverage and seeing so many teams say, hey, if our team gets Jaelon Darden, that's a steal. This is going to be a steal. And, you know, even some of the Buccaneers fans here in our community, remember Evan of the Cannon Fire podcast said that this was possibly his favorite pick because of how much of a steal Jaelon Darden was. And now the rookie minicamp happened. Many people said that he was the most explosive player on the field. Even more praise, and now even more praise for Jaelon Darden, getting comparisons to Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown. Both guys have very legitimate shots to be in the Hall of Fame, potentially one day. We'll see. But regardless, they are still very long tenured. Some of the best wide receivers in the game, and Jaelon Darden is already getting comparisons from a guy who coached both those guys in his rookie year. So this is going to be very exciting to watch and keep an eye on, and it's one of the reasons that has led me to say in the past videos that, hey, Jaelon Darden might already be ready to make an impact in year one on the Buccaneers offense. We already know what he's going to do as a punt returner. Bruce Arians has already even said what he's going to do as a punt returner. He's going to be a great punt returner, but take it a step further. What can he do for this offense? Working into the rotation. We've seen Scotty Miller and we've seen Tyler Johnson make big plays in very limited opportunities after Antonio Brown joined the team, but they made plays when they needed to. We could very easily see a similar thing for Jaelon Darden, guys. I'm just saying, I think that he could be so darn impressive that he works his way into that rotation with guys like Scotty Miller, like Tyler Johnson, and just adds another, flavor, another element to this offense that makes it even more potent and even more dangerous. It's going to be a lot of fun to see, and I'm going to be very, very excited to watch Jaelon Darden throughout the remainder of this offseason and the preseason and the regular season and the postseason as well. Just Jaelon Darden all the time, dude. It's going to be awesome to watch. But what do you guys think about this comparison? Jaelon Darden getting compared to Emmanuel Sanders in his rookie year, and even Antonio Brown a little bit as well from Bruce Arians. What are your thoughts about all of that? Leave me your opinions down in the comment section below. Go check out the full interview. We will still have more content revolving around that interview here on the channel for this upcoming week, and I've also got some pretty darn special videos coming. I have two very, very special guests that will be on the channel later this week, both on Thursday and on Friday, and you guys are not going to want to miss those videos. I mean, hands down, you're not going to want to miss those videos, because I'm grinning just thinking about it, man. It's going to be awesome. Point blank awesome. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.